They Were 11 is a movie that came out in the 80s that takes place in the future where humanity has colonized the stars, and also there might be aliens, or the aliens are actually just humans. I forget that part, but they definitely explained it in the beginning. Doesn't matter. And so basically there's like universal peace, and it is about a group of 10 people who are on an exam to become pilots. They've studied the incredibly hard written exam material. Now it's time for their practice exam. So the 10 people are sent off to live on a spaceship for 53 days. They're allowed to give up whenever they want, but it's basically just you have to stay on the spaceship for 53 days. If one person fails, everyone fails. If everyone passes, everyone else passes, right? So what happens is when they get there onto the spaceship, right, handling any problems as it comes, it turns out that there is an 11th person on the spaceship. Also, the ship is being sabotaged by this 11th person, which includes bombs that have been placed all throughout the ships, as well as this the most deadly virus in the entire universe also exists on the ships. So it's about these 11 individuals that have to figure out who is the traitor, how to stop them, and more importantly, how to survive the most deadly virus in the universe and also a series of bombs. Also, while getting baked because the internal temperature of the ship that they're stranded on is constantly increasing because I think they're hurtling towards a sun. Anyway, it's fucking crazy. The main character is a psychic, but he's not very psychic. His main ability is he can kind of tell if people are lying occasionally. That's basically his main power. And then there's a whole other cast of characters. I'm not going to get into them. Some of them are cyborgs. Some of them are weird lizard men. One of them is a hermaphrodite that changes gender based on whatever their government decides for them. It's a whole thing. You do get into most of the characters. I did feel like some of the characters were left to the wayside, mostly focused on its central cast of characters. So I would have liked to see more of the characters get explored. I think it's probably an issue with the sheer size of the cast. If anything, if there were less people in the cast, it probably would have been better. If it was like, instead of they were 11, it was like they were 6. And then it might be, more reasonable than you could explore everyone. But yeah, it did feel like a few characters were undercooked. But the characters that it did explore were interesting enough. And I think the large cast does go to help aid the mystery, because I was basically trying to guess who it was the entire time. I had a few suspects. The person it was, and it is revealed, thank God on that, was one of my original suspects. But honestly, I forgot I even suspected them. So they really did a good job of pulling the wool over your eyes, or at least it did a good job of pulling the wool over my eyes. I also liked the secret of the test, where they didn't really have to survive 53 days. I always suspected that. I also suspected that the test had went wildly out of control, because in a universe that's supposed to be at peace, this test seemed way too fucking dangerous to conceivably give to a group of people that they're going to be pilots, especially because one of them is the king of his own nation, and it seemed fucking bonkers that the test was this dangerous, and it wasn't supposed to be. That is revealed, and I won't get into it. But yeah, no, I have to say, I think the movie came together really well, and it had a really nice ending that, you know what, it was, maybe it's a little cliche, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. Twitch and Discord in the description. I've been Sacrobolic. You're Envoy of Hope. Bye-bye.